All right, we're back, boys. We're back. And a disappointing loss. Game 7 and Dadonov. My goodness gracious. Look at this guy. 11 goals for the Montreal Canadiens. I thought this guy was going to be nothing. He was 80 overall on the second line. And he gets the game winner, or the dagger actually, not the game winner, but the dagger in Game 7. The first game he had 3 goals. He had a bunch of goals. Oh, God, man. And yeah, I saw your comments. I'm not trading Joe Thornton for Dadonov. No way. No way in hell. I don't care. I'm not going to get the enemy. But I will look at his stats for you guys. I saw that you wanted to see his stats. I actually want to take a look at his stats. I can't look at it until the trade deadline because there's nowhere to look at stats yet. So at the trade, not the trade deadline, sorry, the draft deadline trade. So we'll do it there, okay? But there you go. So lost in Game 7. Ugh, I can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Such a great season, but no. But we got far enough that the assistant coach, we can get one more. There we go. All right. So that's good, I guess. Confirm. And there you go. So there was our season, boys. Got to the third round, the Final Four. Technically, we did keep the prestige of the New Jersey Devils. Technically, we're a good team. We had a good season. But if you win the President's Trophy, if you had the season that we had, you want to win the Stanley Cup. So I am disappointed, but at least we didn't get kicked out in the first or second round or not even make the playoffs. So not bad. Not a bad year, but Dadonov, my God. The guy's unstoppable. I don't know. I hope Montreal wins here. I'm going to simulate. We'll take a look at all the stats after for the playoffs and all the awards. But continue. We don't need to send the scout out. I really want to see what this guy's stats are about. I can't believe that. And Carey Price, too. He had like two. How many? Hang on a second here. Hang on. Yeah. 1, 2. This guy had 3 shutouts. 3 shutouts. My God. That's Carey Price, man. Goaltenders, they're very valuable in this game, I must say. Carey Price, Montreal. And you know what? I've noticed actually, because I have my own little season on the side as well. And Montreal, they always do good. Sorry, I don't have my own little on the side right now, but I've done GM modes before this started up, and in every single one, now I'm thinking about it, they do their players are high enough rated. They're in the 87s, 88s, so that is good enough. And if you have a goaltender back there, oh my God. So Montreal, and look, they do. They win the Stanley Cup. LeBoo! Wait, that's he scores. I don't know how they say you win. Oh, whatever. The Montreal Canadiens. There you go. Congratulations, Montreal. After those 2 years of winning the President's Trophy and not winning the Stanley Cup, you get second in the East, but this time you get to the finals and you make no mistake. Way to go. Way to go, way to go. All right, I'm just going to keep simulating. It'll tell me when I can look at the awards. Hang on a sec. Man, what a season we had, but it couldn't work out for us. So frustrating because we only have 1 year left. And it's judgment time after this. So hang on. Yeah, I think we can look at it now. All right, so let's go through the stats here. Player stats for the playoffs, NHL. Let's see who performed for us. Yakupov, I'm thinking back now. Maybe I should have sent him back down to the second line for the final. Not the final, but when we faced Montreal, because he didn't really do anything. But hang on a second. Goals, Kovalchuk, 10 and 20 games played. Look, we didn't really have great goal scoring. Yakupov, Thornton, yeah, not the greatest goal scoring. Assists, Yakupov. Man, Yakupov had a great playoff run. Parise, Thornton. And look at the points. Yakupov with 22. So, the kid came up with more points than games played. So, he was definitely a catalyst in our playoff run. But, Kovalchuk, 16 points in 20 games. Good, but if Yakupov's getting 22 and you're playing on the first line, you should be doing it as well. Parise, Thornton, pretty good for them. But then Zajac and Landeskog we didn't really have... We got shut out a lot. We really did. It's a pity. It is a pity. Now let's take a look at Lehner. How did he perform for us? 2.33. That's a bit high for Lehner, but not the worst. Save percentage, not yeah. So it wasn't the cause of our playoff defeat, but it's as simple. Price is better. Montreal had the better goaltender. They really did. He came through for them with 2 shutouts. Oh my God. Whatever. Oh wait, sorry. I forgot about the awards. Awards, there we go. God, man. Montreal Canadiens, your 2014-2015 Stanley Cup winners, boys. So you only have to wait another, 3 years? There you go. President's Trophy, that went to us, the New Jersey Devils. Way to go. Clarence S. Campbell, so the Colorado Avalanche versus the Montreal Canadiens in the final. Wow, what a weird final, but This is 3 years from now. Art Ross Trophy, Sidney Crosby. Yep. Hart Memorial. Joe Thornton, way to go. He got the heart. That's good. Norris Vlasic. Wow, okay. Lady Bing, Joe Thornton. Way to go, Joe. He's a nice guy out there. Calder. Nail Yakupov got the Calder. So he's the Rookie of the Year. What a playoff run. See, I think it was good that we left him down in the minors for that. Instead of bringing him right up, he was good down there. And we have, look, Robin Lehner won the Calder 2 years ago. So we have 2 Calder Trophy winners in the last 3 years. Team's looking good. Conn Smythe, yeah, Carey Price. What more can you say? Carey Price, way to go. Vezina Trophy, Robin Lehner. We took it from Carey. That's only because he plays every game. How can you not get the Vezina with 58 wins? Way to go, Robin Lehner. But I guess Carey Price got the real hardware, the Conn Smythe and the Stanley Cup. He'd give up the Vezina after winning it 3 times in a row for the Conn Smythe and the Stanley Cup any day, I guess. So, damn. William N. Jennings, Robin Lehner, way to go, way to go. Yeah, I guess we had the fewest goals scored against us in the regular season, automatic. Corey Sarich gets the Bill Masterton. Frank J. Selke is Sidney Crosby. Crosby's still winning awards. Ted Lindsay, Robin Lehner, way to go, Lehner. And the Maurice Richard, Ilya Kovalchuk, way to go. Good thing I didn't trade him. And there you go, boys. There's all the awards. Oh, man, it was a good season, like, when you can look back on it, but it's just so disappointing, It would have just been a perfect season, and now it's almost like Joe Thornton's not going to be as good as he was last year, so you can argue we might not be as good as a team as we are right now. It's just, it's really disappointing. Let's go see. Maybe Joe retired. Hang on, let's see. No one retired. No one retired for us, so we're good. All right. Okay. So let's go to the simulation here. No, we don't need the prospects game. How much time we got left here? 3 minutes. Okay, so we'll do the draft here, and we'll look at the a little bit of the re-signing. But before we do, let's take a look to see if there's any franchise players here. Where is it? GM mode. Scouting. Scouting reports. Maybe there's a franchise? No franchises yet. They got a defenseman, Phil Sasaki. That's a pretty cool name. 6'5", power forward, center. Hell yeah. He could be like the replacement for Joe. Well, not next year, but you know what I mean. The big first line center. Jordan Subban. Is he PK Subban's brother? That's interesting. I don't think that's the actual. Well, you know what? I'm not. Whatever. Chris Huxley. All right. So there's a couple centers and a few defensemen. So let's see where we are in the draft. I say we're actually pretty high up. Wait, did we have this year's first rounder? Yeah, we did. Okay, but we're 28th overall. Okay, so the Minnesota Wild have the first pick. Let's just see if it's plausible. If it's not, I'm not going to try and make some. Oh my God, look at these guys. Schultz Brouwer, 2 firsts for Adam Larson. No, thank you. 2 firsts is sexy, but Adam Larson, he's a superstar. He's what you hope a first round turns into. Henrik Lundqvist. Look, they're still trying to drop this guy. What are you thinking? He's only 33. He's got another. As a goaltender, he's got another 3-4 years in him. As a 90 overall goaltender, I don't. Oh, whatever. No. Swede for a Swede? No, man. My Swede's better. Come on now. Minnesota. They had the first overall pick. Let's see what they got here. All right. So I could trade my first, second, and a third. Ooh, I could do this. I didn't think I had the seconds and thirds. And then next year I don't have a. Do I want to take anything away from the later years? You know what? I don't need to. I don't need to take anything away from the later years. No, I don't need it. I don't need to do it. Just let the draft picks go. Build for the future. And because it's the 28th pick, boys, I'm just going to let the computer grab them. Because they always get the guys who have some of those sneaky guys with the good potential. So I'm going to auto draft. Ugh. I'm going to go for my Coke. I got Coke this time, boys. Oh, McDonald's on Boxing Day. Awesome. All right. So there you go. And we upgraded our coaching assignment, if you remember from last time. So here it is. This is the last time before we see. This is pretty much what our players are going to be, because we're not going to be here next year. I don't know how far it actually goes, because I've actually never finished a full GM, because I always put mine to 15-20, but I always give up before then. But it should be interesting to see, because I hope some players are in the 90s. I mean, I hope Joe is still in the 90s. Please, God. He didn't retire, but he had the D for offense start of last year, so expect him to be Maybe an 88, 89 now, hopefully. Hopefully not, sorry. Hopefully he's in the 90s. Come on now. Come on, Joe. And we got our timer, so you know what I'll do? I'll take a look at everything here, and I'll let you guys see it, so then you guys can see what happens. Yeah, see, Joe Thornton, he's dropped down to an 89. 35 overall. 89 overall, 35 years old. D minus for defense, and C minus for athleticism. Ooh, his body checking is taken. I'm just looking at his stats individually here. Okay, we'll look at offense first. Deking, don't worry about that because he's a playmaker. His hand-eye offensive awareness and passing all still in the 90s. Puck control still in the 90s. The shot's not there, but remember what happens in the regular season. Kovalchuk scores, and Yakupov is going to score, and Joe Thornton assists. So the assist category is still very strong. Defensively, defensive awareness, 87. Aggressiveness and body checking, that's only 80 and 83, but that's not that bad. 83 is still pretty good for a playmaking center. Defensive awareness, I still like that. That's still an 87. Face-offs, 84, and then stick checking is 89. I like that. He's still decent, and then athleticism, he's only got a C minus for athleticism, so he hasn't actually lost a step, and that's kind of interesting because I think if this is just me thinking here, like athleticism would be first to go when age comes, right? Why would he start to lose his defensive awareness and his offensive awareness before whatever, I'm not going to argue that. So he's an 89 overall center, boys. So that's the question. That is the question. Okay, we're going to really go into depth here. Hang on. We'll finish this in this video. I'm not going to sign anyone yet because I want your guys' opinion. But he still is our first-line center. I mean, look at that. 89 overall, but he's 35 years old now. So he could walk next year. And even if he stays next year, he's probably going to be an 86, 87 overall. Trade value dropping dramatically. But he did help us to a Stanley Cup. Do we have Joe in year 2? Yeah, we had Joe in year 2, didn't we? Yeah, because he won it with the Sharks in year 1, and then he won it with us in year 2. Yes, so he did help us to a Stanley Cup championship. So, and he still has it in him. An 89 overall with the wingers that we have. I mean, that's hard to come by. And the thing is, let's see how much he wants now. That's the key as well. Look at this. He only wants 5.6, so I could probably get him for 5.2. And I can drop that to 1 year. So salary, that's pretty good for an 89 overall guy, okay? So Joe is still a good player. But should we trade him maybe for a younger center? But that's the thing. I've seen people saying, trade Joe Thornton for Dadonov. If I'm going to trade Joe, boys, I'm going to trade him for another first-line center who can take his place for next year. We're a President's Trophy winning team. I want to win the Stanley Cup next year. Dadonov, as good as a friggin' playoff series as he had, he's not somebody who's a superstar yet. He's probably only 83, 84. You know what I mean? So I want a first-line center. So think of that. Zajac, Marchand, Colburn's an 84 now. So Colburn is hitting about his prime. He's a C potential, but he's got the 84. He's fitting into that third-line center role perfectly. See how his defensive category is very strong, and athleticism. Penalty killer, you know what I mean? Specialist, great little player. He turned out to what I wanted him to be. Josephson as well. He's an 82 overall grinder now. Solid. So Colburn and Josephson back there again, 3 and 4. Zajac is going to be number 2, only 30 years old. He's still 85 overall. That's a solid 2. Marchand plays on the wing for us, so we got to find a first-line center if it's not going to be Joe. I still like Joe, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys, okay? I want your opinions as well with that. For all these guys, don't worry about. We'll look. There's a rookie that we picked up, Liam Stewart. Left wingers. Parise and Kovalchuk we still have for the next year. They're 92 overall. Yakupov is now an 87 overall. Ooh, look at this guy. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, my God. His offensive category is disgusting. He'd be in the 90s if it wasn't his poor defensive category. But whatever. He's going to get his goals. That's fine. Ted, 85. He's hitting his prime. He's hitting his peak. But an 85 second-line left-wing playmaker, I mean, and he's good defensively, he's part of our squad. He's not going anywhere. Ted, baby. Nick Foligno, fourth-line left-winger for us. Pretty good. Franco, wow, this kid's actually getting better. 81 overall. And he's 22 with a B-minus potential still. All right, he's not bad. He's going to stay in the minors, but it's a prospect we weren't really counting on, so that's good. So there's the left winger, so we still got these guys. Kovalchuk, Parise, Yakupov, Ted, Foligno. So there's the 5 left wingers that are there. And then Landeskog is now an 87. Was he 87 last year? I think he was. So he's slowly going up everywhere. But he's good everywhere. He's such a balanced player. So another great player for us. Cam Janssen, wow, he actually got better, but still, we sat him last year. Maybe we should have brought him up. We'll see, though. We'll see. Palmieri, nah, he's just not produced. 82 overall now. He's getting there, but people have passed him by. He missed his chance. David Clarkson, he's staying. Carroll, all right, these are the rookies. Okay. And defenseman, Larson. Look at that. 90 overall, boys. There we go. He hit it, and he's only 22 years old. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Volchenkov, 89. Carlson, 88. Ollie, 86 now. McDonough, the guy I picked up, 84. And this is what I was talking about. Should this guy take Keith Ballard's spot? Because Ballard's contract is up. He's 32. They're both two-way defenders. I'll let you take a look at both of them quickly. I really got to wrap this up. There you go. And he still has the B minuses. Very strong defensively and quick. So he could play on the third line there with Ollie. They'd be perfect together. All right. And then Gardner, he proved that he can be on the second line. He was last year, and he got points. All right. And then Keith Ballard, sorry. We would drop him. So then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then Ballard drops. Yeah, I think I might do that. I'll let you guys get some opinions in on that, but I think I might do that. And then goaltenders, Robin Lehner. Oh, he's almost a 90. 89. He's there though, boys. He still has the B's for everything. He lost the A in the first category there, but it's already in the 90s. This guy, he's gonna win us the cup this year. He's going to win us the cup this year. Robin Lehner. There you go. So that's our team, boys. So let me know who I should re-sign. I think I'm gonna go with McDonough over Ballard, but the key right here is our first line center position. Who should take it? Should we let Joe Thornton retire here, give him one more chance to bring us back to Stanley Cup glory? Or do we cut him loose, just like Martin Brodeur, and go for youth, build for the future? Let me know, boys. I'll leave it in your hands.